This marketing session with me, Miles from Miles Marketing. Now, this week's topic is what's new on LinkedIn, and to give you some sort of idea as to when this is in the timeline, we're the middle of August 2023. Now, if you haven't visited my website recently, I have had a refresh of it, and you can now buy my bite-sized product directly through my website. One of those products is all about LinkedIn. Bite-sized LinkedIn is one of two products, depending on who you are and what your needs are. So I do one-on-one training with business owners, where we go through your profile, how to use LinkedIn, how to set up the business page. It's very much a personal service. I also offer LinkedIn group training for staff. So if you are a business owner that has a number of staff, I can help your staff first and formally understand LinkedIn as a platform and how to get the best out of it. And then how to support the business page. A lot of business owners really struggle with their business page to get any traction. And that's where getting your staff to help boost the visibility of your posts and the reach of them is extremely important. So if you're interested in those, check out the products on my website. Right, that's the gratuitous plug out of the way. Let's crack on with what's new on LinkedIn. Now, I think it's important to say that some of these features have been around since March, April time. Some are being rolled out as we speak, and some have been removed. Yeah, I know. See, I'll bring you everything on this show. Let me just check that we are indeed live on the internet. Let's have a look. Oh, it says we are. There we are. We are live. Hello to those that are watching live. Now, get your pen and papers ready, because I've got a number of features that you may not be aware of that you might want to take advantage of. Now, these are in no particular order, right? And I noticed something very interesting this week, which I will share with you in a second. The first one is about scheduling posts at a time and day in the future on the platform. So previously, the only way that you were able to schedule a post for future broadcast, if you like, was within a particular scheduling app for social media. Now you can do it natively within the LinkedIn app, both on desktop and on mobile. And when you go to the create a post section, you'll see bottom right hand side next to the sort of the post button, there's a little icon which looks a little bit like a clock. If you click that icon, this will allow you to select a date in the future and a time that you would like it to post. And then you click schedule, and then it's there ready to post on that day. What I will say to you is then editing that post does become a little bit tricky once you have scheduled it. If you want to go back and look at the post, you can by going to schedule, the little button, and then it'll say schedule posts. Otherwise, you will spend a long time trying to find it. It's not easy to find. So once you've scheduled a post, if you want to go back and look at it again and make sure that you're happy with it before it goes live, then go to schedule post, go to the icon that looks like a clock, click that, and then you get the option to view scheduled posts that are already in the queue. Okay, so that's your first one, scheduling posts, making it nice and easy for you. One of the things I'm going to remind you of, though, I've talked about this before, is think about your scheduling. I'm not going to talk about specific days and times, but think about your scheduling, because when you put a fresh post onto LinkedIn, LinkedIn will focus on that, and that will be the priority for showing to your connections. So think about when you last posted. I mean, look, if you post every day, then that's fine. But what's important to know is that when your new post goes live, that takes priority in terms of LinkedIn showing it to people. The freshest content takes priority. So think about this. So if you're only going to post maybe twice a week, give your post some room before you schedule another post. All right, because not everyone uses LinkedIn daily. It's not a social platform like Instagram where you scroll through it on a daily basis. Some people only pop into LinkedIn a couple of times a week or once a week, and sometimes even once a month, right? Depending on their usage. So think about your posts being around for a little time so that they can get more traction and get more reach. Right, this is a brand new feature and it's still in beta testing, or beta if you're American, right? This is producing AI generated content. I know. Now, I think we can have a discussion going forward as to whether or not this is sort of taking not the fun out of LinkedIn, but almost like the point. Right now, look, I'm a big advocate of LinkedIn and using it within your business. But I do wonder whether or not using AI to create your posts is potentially a little bit disingenuous. Maybe it will improve the content of your posts. I'm sure it will. But, is it really you then that's giving your opinion and stuff? So look, it's a whole new conversation, but definitely a new feature that's important to be aware of. So you haven't got to do anything fancy. You may not see this feature when you do go to create posts, right? What LinkedIn do, because there are nearly 1 billion members worldwide, they don't roll out features to everybody just in case it doesn't work properly. So they tend to roll it out in stages and phase out a rollout across a number of months. Now, I find with my creator mode, we get perhaps to sample things earlier than people that aren't in creator mode. So I do have this facility on my desktop and on my mobile. And when I go to when I go to create a post, it gives me the option to write something myself or get it generated by AI. So I'm interested to see what it does. And I'm going to create a post for Thursday. So watch out for that. And I'm going to be a little bit cheeky about this, right? And I'll share with you, I've got the ump a little bit, right? And I'll share that within the post. But I'm not going to name them here, but I've noticed one particular person keeps viewing my profile. And by that, I don't mean someone's just looked at my profile and sometimes, you get a little notification say so-and-so's viewed your profile. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. This person's almost viewing my profile on a daily basis and we're not connected. And the cynic in me thinks that maybe this is a bot that's doing it on this person's behalf. I've gone and looked at their profile. Right? I understand what they're all about. But I don't know if it's a technique that they're using to try and raise awareness within the LinkedIn community, but they haven't connected with me and they don't interact on my posts. And I'm going to use AI to write a post about this. I'm going to think about whether I should name and not shame. I don't mean shame, but whether I should name this person or not. We'll see. But watch this space for Thursday. I'm going to create an purely AI generated post and see what you think. The last thing I wanted to say about this AI product, if you do have it, like I said, it's in beta, is that you have to put in at least 30 words in order for the AI to kick in and generate your post. So if you wrote 20 words in terms of the command, right, it won't do anything until you've done the minimum of 30 words. So I did read up a little bit what it sort of said, but like with all AI platforms, you need to give it some commands. So you can't just say, write me a LinkedIn post about, the benefit of eating bananas, right? That's not enough information. What you'll need to sort of say is, write me an engaging LinkedIn post about the benefits of eating bananas on a daily basis. Please break down the nutritional value of bananas and the health benefits associated. I don't know if that's like 30 words. But think about the command that you give. So think about the tone and the way in which you want it to be presented. So, write me this based on me being an expert in my field, or write this in a casual style, or write this in a comedic style, or write this in the style of a rant. You see where I'm going, right? The AI is only going to be as good as the command or the input that you give it, the instructions that you give it. So don't forget that LinkedIn is one big search engine again, or to utilize it as a search engine. So think about putting keywords into your post if your post is about something that needs that. Have a play around with it, see what it generates. If you're not happy, then you can obviously rewrite something yourself. The other way to use AI is to perhaps write a post yourself and then ask the AI to rewrite it, perhaps giving more impact or making out that you're an expert or whatever it may be. And you may find that it sort of takes the essence of what you want to say and repackages it to give it a bit more punch. So that's a really exciting development, whichever way you look at it, in terms of this beta rollout of LinkedIn allowing you to use AI to generate content. Right, here's another thing that's out there that's a little bit sort of hidden, I suppose, and doesn't get talked about. You can now celebrate occasions. I mean, you've always been able to sort of like post a work anniversary, but now if you go to create a post, there's a number of options that come up on the bottom, like add a photo or add a video or upload a document. One of them is about occasions, and there's a long list of occasions that you can use. And what I want you to do is to look through them and think about how perhaps you can utilize them within your business, or maybe on your business page, to raise the profile of perhaps people in your organization or products and services that you offer. So, you can use this to celebrate your team. You can welcome new starters to your organization and promote them, as it were. You can give kudos. I think this is very sort of Strava-esque, if you like, the sort of giving kudos to people. But, this allows you to give praise to a member of staff that perhaps has done a good job, like maybe with a new product launch or on a product or a service that you offer. And this not only gives a virtual pat on the back to that particular person, and they may well share that within their network, but it also raises the profile of a product or service that you have within your business. So there is definitely advantages to doing this. You can also sort of celebrate different things and milestones, but there's another one in there about new certification. So maybe you've studied a particular thing and you're able then to tell the world that you're now certified in, I don't know, ISO, whatever it may be. So think about sort of using those things to sort of celebrate. Now, there's another new function which you may not already have yet. I know that I had it a few months ago. I noticed some of my clients didn't have it and still haven't got it. But there's a new filter within your notifications tab. So along the headline or the header of your profile, there's a badge called notifications. Now, if you click that badge and you've got this facility, you will see that there are 3 options in order for you to filter your notifications. Because once you get quite active on LinkedIn, you get a lot of notifications. So this allows you to either look at them all or to look at your own posts. This is really good because within your own personal profile, your feed, if you like, gets clogged up sometimes with other stuff that you like or other mentions that people have done about you, or pages that you belong to, or things that you follow, right? So if you wanted to just check your own posts, you can now filter, click my posts, and then only things that you post will come up within that notifications feed. Also mentions. So if you wanted to quickly look at where perhaps people have mentioned you within other posts, you can select mentions. So at the moment, there's only 3 little filters there, either all, my posts, or mentions. But again, it's a handy little thing to allow you to view things more specifically within your notifications tab. On your LinkedIn business page, if you have one, there are now new and improved analytics. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the analytics that are available. However, there is now a plethora of things that you can look into, including how sort of engaging your posts have been, how many times things have been clicked, and so on and so forth, right? There's always been a degree of analytics there, but now there is really a sort of a deep dive into the analytics on your business page, and it's really been improved. And what I've noticed this week is that I've been sent an email with a little summary of my business page analytics. I'm not promoting my business page yet, I'm still working on it. But when I do, I'll be inviting my connections to follow it. But look, there's a new facility there to get an email sent through to you with a little synopsis of how well your business page has performed. Right, another new function is adding captions to videos. Now, if you are watching this, you will see that there are closed captions going across the bottom of the screen. I'm just checking, actually. I just checked live, and actually it is, right? So you can see that, I mean, I don't have to, why don't I put that up there? I don't have to show you my screen, but on the screen, there are words, and it's pretty good now. It's pretty good. It used to be terrible in terms of predicting what you're actually saying and putting the captions on the screen, but now it's pretty good. However, it can be quite tricky to get these things to happen, especially if you're doing LinkedIn Lives like I am. So to do this LinkedIn Live, I have to use one of the official streaming tools. It's not native like the audio. LinkedIn audio is native. It's done through the app. LinkedIn Live, you have to take a third-party software to stream it through LinkedIn, and you have to connect your streaming software to your LinkedIn profile. And it took a long time for me to find out exactly how I put these closed captions up on screen. And it's a small setting when you link things to your LinkedIn page. I'll do another thing on this completely, but if you want to know a little bit more, then perhaps WhatsApp me and I'll explain to you where it is. But it is pretty hard to find, and if I explained it now, you wouldn't know what I was talking about because you don't know the software that I'm using, I'm guessing. So get in touch. But captions on videos, that's a new thing. That's great with the hard of hearing, but also, a lot of people, maybe you're not allowed to, but you watch this stuff in work with the sound off, right? So this will allow you to sort of, and maybe some people do it without their headphones on the tube and that type of stuff, or on a train, so you can actually see what I'm saying. So there we go, captions on videos. Another new feature is an active group badge on any groups that you belong to. So if you belong to a group, a lot of the time, and I think LinkedIn have brought this out because a lot of groups are very dormant, to be fair. I mean, I belong to a particular networking one, and it is pretty dormant. And until we get some more activity, until we bring in certain amount of people, until there's a number of posts done per week, we won't get this active group badge. We've talked about why LinkedIn want us on the platform to be engaging and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't want to promote a group that is inactive, right? Because that's no use to the platform. So, having this group recognition badge that you are active is important. So look into that a little bit deeper if you are part of a group and you're not getting some traction. Doing more activity will get you this active group badge, and then the algorithm will boost your group more to the wider world. We've talked about this before. This is another feature that was being rolled out. It's called the subscribe bell. So when you go on to people's profiles now, once you follow them or you're connected to them, you will see a little bell a bell-shaped icon on their profile. If you click that icon, you will then get notified every time that person posts. So it's really useful for content creators that you're engaged with. So as an example, right, if you were interested to know when Miles posts, you go onto my profile, there's a little bell, you click the little bell, and then every time Miles posts, you will get notified. I mean, why you wouldn't want to do that, I don't know. Yeah. Right, here are 3 things that are no longer available on LinkedIn. Now, but previously I've talked about you can record a 30-second video to feature on your profile to describe what it is that you do. Now, that feature is still there if you have done it before. However, if you haven't done it before, you will not have the opportunity to do it now or to refresh it, because that video feature has been taken away, is no longer available. I don't really know why they've taken it away. I don't see why it detracts from what we do. I personally thought it was adding a little bit of value, but hey, look, they've removed it, and who knows why, but it's not there anymore. Now, here's something that I bang on about a lot, and it does frustrate me when I see people posting external links. Posting an external link is not what the algorithm wants you to do, because you're basically taking people away from the platform. And you might, it won't impact you terribly if you do it once in a blue moon. But if you consistently post external links, the algorithm will show your post to less and less and less people. It doesn't want people to go away from the platform. So I've talked about embedding internal links within your posts. This is something that you shouldn't do, but there was a facility to do it on the app. So not on desktop, but on app. When you go into templates, you could include an external link on your post. That has now been taken away. I checked it earlier this morning. It is no longer there. So there's no longer a facility to add an external link to a template. You can still post external links, all right? But I'm pleading with you not to. And there are no more carousel videos allowed. Carousels are those sort of squares where you sort of scroll along and it tells a story. You create them with a PowerPoint and you upload them like as a PDF, as it were. However, you used to be able to upload a series of videos. You can no longer do that now. It is just pictures. So those are the things you can't do. So now on your templates, you may not know this either. Let's say that you always use desktop to create your content. On your mobile device, there is a function, it's only on mobile, where you can use a template. It allows you to change the background, the color, add text, add a picture. But there was the ability to add a URL, but now you've got the ability, like Instagram, to add stickers and to add alt text to it as well to describe the picture, if you like, that you are creating. And again, coming back to the search engine thing, I would urge you all to use alt text in terms of describing what your posts and your pictures all about. If you've got any questions, I can see we've got quite a few people live on the show. If you have got any questions, please pop them in the chat. We are getting to the end of this session. Now, there are lots and lots of features on LinkedIn that come and go. I try and keep up with as many of them as I can. One of the last ones that I'm going to tell you about, which was a recent one, if you're a creator, you may have and well, even if you consume, right, you'll have noticed this. And it's a little bit clickbaity, and I think this is why LinkedIn have got rid of it. You will have seen, or you have done this yourself, where you write a very short intro sentence, and then you leave a couple of lines space before you introduce the content on your post, right? So you might write something like, "Is this something you do? Question mark, ... space line, and then you write the comment." Because the synopsis, the little description of your post shows the first 3 lines of what you write, this was a great way to get people to expand and open up the main body of the text. LinkedIn now, the algorithm doesn't like this, and it will penalize you for it. So when you create your posts, you must write something on every line. So look, I'm going to say you just need to be a bit more creative with it. So, right on your first line, is this something that you do, ... I've been doing it for a while, ... Are you ... And then people will click on it, click on the expand to show more. All right. It was like a way of getting people to click on the expand because you weren't giving them everything within the 3 sort of lines at the top. That is something now that the algorithm does not like. So please be aware of that. Right. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to dive in now to my top 3 summary of new things on the 15th of August or by the 15th of August, 2023. The first one, which I think is the biggest update for a while, is the inclusion of AI within your content creation. So like I said, it's in beta, so you may or may not have it on your profile, but it is coming if you don't. And this is the facility to either write something yourself or ask AI to generate it for you. You have got to put in at least 30 words in order for that piece of AI to get generated. The second thing of note is scheduling of posts. You can now schedule posts to appear later down the line. And this is really handy, certainly if, depending on which time zone you're in, maybe the best time for you to post is early in the morning and maybe before you get up, so you can schedule those posts to happen, so you don't have to put your alarm on, right? And finally, filtering on notifications. This is a really nice tool to be able to sort of search to your posts or to your mentions to filter out all of the other stuff that's going on. So there we go. Look, less than half an hour's chat today, a bite-sized marketing session on what's new on LinkedIn as of the middle of August 2023. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't checked out my new website, please do. I have got some LinkedIn training on there that's very specific and tailored for either you as a business owner in person or to your staff to help them understand the platform itself and how they can help your business page get better reach. So there we go. Until next time out there, ta-ta for now.